Hello and welcome to today's broadcast. Today we are going to be talking about the cost benefit to trade-off analysis that a lot of us should really start considering before we jump into creating a massive lifestyle overhaul. So welcome if you're new. My name is Diane. I'm the creator of the online course and community, Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman. And every Monday and Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, we gather here to talk about something that has to do with us as aging women and how intermittent fasting can help us. And today we're going to talk about the cost to benefit trade-off analysis. If you're new and you're joining us on YouTube, I always ask that you take a second to hit that subscribe button and then tap on that little bell notification. That way when we go live or upload new content, you will be notified. And I also ask that you please participate in today's community discussion by leaving your comments and or questions in the comments box. And then for those of you on Facebook, I always ask the same thing as well. Make sure you hit that like button and then make sure that you are set up for all notifications on my Facebook page so that when we do upload content, you again will get notified and then you can join in with us as well. And remember, this is a community chat opportunity. So I'm going to share my thoughts about today's topic, and then at the end I'm going to open up the conversation for you guys to share what it is you have going on in your life or questions you have about today's conversation. For those of you who are looking to join our Midlife Mindset Shift course and you are a graduate of the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course, remember registration for that closes on Friday at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time because we do start courses on Monday. And for those of you interested in joining our Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course, we do have a waitlist option available for you. Our next course will start on August the 1st. So let's talk about cost to benefit trade-off analysis. And you know, we often do these kind of rationale type of thinking scenarios when we think about major things in our life outside of health and fitness, right? We might think about it if we're going to make a big purchase on something, or we're going to change careers, or it's something that seems grandiose to us. But where I really believe that incorporating a cost to benefit trade-off analysis can be helpful to us, especially women who are looking to completely overhaul the way it is that we are taking care of ourselves and how we want to live our lives as aging women, that this can be really beneficial to us. And the major reason why doing this type of work is beneficial to us is because we are marketed to on an emotional level. So you'll notice that with a lot of fitness programs, weight loss programs, menopausal type of programs, that the lead-in is most always weight loss or a certain body thing that's going to happen to you, because those are our pain points as aging women, especially as we're going through these perimenopausal and menopausal changes and we're so frustrated with what our body's not capable of doing. The emotional trigger and the marketing point is you will lose hormonal body fat, you will lose weight, because those are the things that we're struggling with. But we often don't think about the cost associated with jumping into something like that. We don't think about what it's going to take to achieve the said publicized goals, because we're only thinking of the end result that's being targeted to us, and that's going to trip us up emotionally, right? Because we're so fed up, some of us desperate, myself included, we're frustrated, we don't know what to do, so we see someone else's success, we make an emotional connection with that, and then we jump in, not considering what the cost of that is going to be, and we only see the end result of the benefit. So what we want to make sure that we're doing is understanding that with every benefit to something, there's a cost associated with that. So if we're going to receive something or work for something or attain something, most often we have to be willing to give something up from our current life to get that thing. So cost doesn't always mean a monetary exchange. It could just mean the fact that we have to make some changes, and are we going to be comfortable with the changes that we have to make to achieve the benefit, and is the trade-off worth it? So when the benefit exceeds the cost, then it's a positive trade-off. When the cost exceeds the benefit, then it's a negative trade-off. And oftentimes when reality kicks in with lifestyle changes such as health and fitness type of things, if we don't receive the benefit as quickly as we emotionally thought we should, then oftentimes the cost or the things that we've had to change or do or implement to achieve the emotionally connected or advertised benefit is not worth it. Therefore, the trade-off doesn't seem like it's of value to us. And this is where I always really try, and catch me if I fail at this, I always really try to lead with the health benefits of what intermittent fasting could do for us as women, and how it is we are going to be able to see ourselves in a different light and feel a different way and show up a different way if, with time and consistency, we stick to the changes that we're incorporating with an intermittent fasting lifestyle and not a diet, right? Because oftentimes diets are advertised to us to get us in that emotional connection of, I see myself as that person that is being advertised who has already achieved those results. And at the moment that I'm emotionally connected to that, I don't consider the cost or what that person had to do to get there. For a lot of us, it's almost like, I'll do whatever. I'm so frustrated, I don't even care. And then we start to feel the pain of that cost, right? We start to feel the pain of the things that we have to give up. We start to feel the pain of the discipline that's required. And then we start to feel the pain of all the things that we feel like we're missing out on. And again, this is a lot of the reasons why diets haven't worked for us, because the benefits that we were hoping to see don't seem like they're worth all the cost that it takes. And so the trade-off is a negative, and we end up giving up because we never anticipated having to do all the things we had to do. I myself am guilty of this as a person who was once in an infomercial for a fitness type of program. I went to extremes at the time to achieve the results that were needed to be able to get into a health and fitness infomercial. I knew what the costs were, and the benefit for me was I had just a bucket list item that I wanted to complete and check off and say I was in a fitness infomercial. So what I had to do, or the costs of what I had to do to achieve the benefit of getting into that physical shape to be able to qualify or be picked to or chosen to be in this infomercial to represent this fitness program, was worth it to me. So the trade-off, because I did make it, was so worth it, right? Now, maybe if I didn't make the cut and I didn't get to be in the infomercial, maybe the trade-off wouldn't have been worth it, because the cost of what I had to do to get there would have never got me to that benefit. So we need to consider these things, right? That life is not going to be as it was if we want to start incorporating changes that are going to result in some positive things for our lives, because obviously what we're currently doing is not getting us those net results that we're hoping for. So it might be incorporating a fitness routine, right? And so what are the costs associated with starting a workout routine or a workout habit lifestyle? Because we know that you don't have to buy a gym membership. However, if you're the type of person that's only motivated when you're in an environment where fitness is taking place, then you have to consider those costs as well, right? Like, what's it going to take you to get there? What's the travel time? What's the monthly expense of that? These days, gyms are not even really available to us. A lot of them are shut down. So is that cost worth it? And are the benefits that you're going to get from having all those costs going to make the trade-off worth it for you? That is that discipline and the exercise that we have to go through for ourselves. So some people call this like a pros and cons type of situation, right? So what are the pros you're going to get from this, and what are the cons, and which side is the heavier side? And that's going to be what, if the trade-off is worth it or not. So a lot of times when incorporating something like intermittent fasting, right, we think, or we see, because it's such a buzz these days, and every menopausal to age frame type of woman is now being marketed to with all these new diets and all these new things that we should be doing to have the perfect life. And we don't think about what the costs are going to be in order for us to achieve those benefits. And this is where I really do believe that intermittent fasting is so beneficial to so many of us, because you can literally do nothing right? And achieve so much success with intermittent fasting. But there's a cost associated with even doing nothing, right? You have to be comfortable in the state of hungry. You have to be willing to establish clean fasting windows for yourself so you can get your hormones balanced out. You have to be willing, maybe in the beginning, to forego some of the old eating habits that you've had, or give up some creamer in your coffee so that you can really take advantage of the benefits of clean fasting. So those are some of those costs associated. And have you considered those costs? And are they going to be worth it for you if you achieve all the benefits that are advertised? Will you be able to balance out your hormones? Will you be able to get better sleep at night? Will you be able to end some of those side effects and some of those pesky little things that we go through when we're in hormonal imbalance, like night sweats and leg cramps and insomnia and all of those things? And eventually, will you get to the point of being able to lose some weight and shed some body fat? So if you can withstand the costs associated to reap the benefits, then the trade-off will definitely be worth it. But we have to factor in that little time and consistency aspect of the cost to get to the benefit as well, right? Knowing that this is not a quick fix, and it's taken a long time for us women to get to this point where we feel so frustrated and so desperate about what's going on with our body, that we have to be able to stick it out to really get to that point where the trade-off is so obvious for us, right? And if we jump ship too quickly, then all we're gonna really feel is all the costs associated with it, and we're not gonna give ourselves enough time to reap the benefits so that we see the positive trade-off effects. And so if you're having some trouble maybe sticking to intermittent fasting or finding the discipline that you need to get to that point where you're reaping the benefits, I would strongly recommend doing a cost to benefit trade-off analysis. And are the things that you're currently doing that have got you to this place where you're not feeling good and you're feeling desperate, are the costs of those things reaping you any benefits? And if you changed some of those things and maybe created a new cost list, do you believe that if you stick with it with time and consistency, you can reap the benefits? And then you'll see what the trade-offs are. For a lot of women, the trade-offs are, balancing out our hormones. The trade-off is we don't have to take prescription medication like we did before. We're reversing a lot of these sugar-related diseases. The trade-offs for me, everything that I gave up, all the costs of me incorporating this lifestyle for me, because of the many, many benefits that I have received, the trade-offs were so worth it, and I can't even imagine going back. And that's really when you've reached that level of success with incorporating these types of lifestyles for yourself, is that you don't want to necessarily have to go to extremes to reach these benefits. You want to make sure that you're doing it in such a way that the costs will never be more than what the benefits you are receiving, so that you can really appreciate and value all the trade-offs that you're getting from it. So if you're struggling, and I know a lot of you have been messaging me about everything that's going on with current world situations, and a lot of us being stuck at home, working from home, and socializing at home with only the people that you live with, and having to give up a lot of the things that we're used to having, that we're turning to a sedentary type of lifestyle, and a lifestyle where we're using food again as that means of settling us down and filling some emotional voids. And what cost is that to you? What are you going to pay the price for in that, and what benefits are you losing, and is the trade-off worth it for you? In the end of all of this, is that trade-off and that you going back to your old ways going to be worth it for you? And so do this work. It's a pen and paper type of exercise. You have to write the things down in columns, and then you have to be committed to get yourself to the point of proving that all the things in that cost list were worth the trade-off, because you are reaping all of those benefits. And this is an exercise that can be done in so many areas of our life. It can be done in relationship decision making. Like, do you have relationships that you maybe are considering a priority that really should be priority relationships for you? It could be something that you can use as a tool for maybe work situations that you have to make big decisions on, for financial decisions, for nutritional decisions, for all kinds of decisions, for your goal setting. This works excellent for goal setting. And if you're in my midlife mindset shift course, we're going to be working on some of these cost benefit trade-off analysis in our coursework that we're going to be doing over the next 6 months and there as well. And these types of exercises really do allow you the opportunity to take emotional connection out of a situation and make it purely factual. Purely this is going to get me this, and this seems like it's going to be worth it type of situation, where you can remove you and some of the emotions you have connected to things out of the picture, and it becomes just a mental decision. And that really helps you lean into things and give it your all, because now we're not emotionally connected to it, especially during the time when emotions might be just a little bit edgy or a little bit on the raw side. We're just going to put straight information in front of us, and we're going to follow the cues of the information we put on a piece of paper and let our emotions kind of take a back seat on these kind of decision making processes. So this is a super fun exercise to do. It will help you get back into intermittent fasting. You just write down all the benefits you achieved and received from the costs that you incorporated when you started, and you will get yourself right back there, and you'll see that the trade-off is definitely worth it for you. And if you're new, do this process as well. What things are you currently doing? How are they benefiting for you, and are the trade-offs worth it? And if not, you just got to reword them so that you get that scale in a better balanced type of situation for you, where the benefits are going to start outweighing the costs. So I hope this will help you. This is one of those mindset type of exercises that we often don't slow down enough and become conscious enough to start incorporating when we're making decisions for ourselves. And you will never fail yourself when you put a pen to paper and start listing things out that are up in your mind and putting them on paper so that you can see the truth of them in black and white on a piece of paper, and then all you need to do is implement them and then follow up with some goal setting type of tips as well. So I am going to go ahead and jump onto Facebook. I'll welcome everyone to answer any questions or comments you might have. Just a quick reminder again for my graduates, our Midlife Mindset Shift course is starting next week. Registration closes on Friday at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you have not received an email invitation from me, please email me. Email is the only way that we're going to be able to get the information to you, because it is a graduates only course. And then for all of our new followers here on Facebook and YouTube, make sure that you get on our wait list for August intermittent fasting for Today's Aging Woman course as well. Sherry girl, it's good to see you. Girlfriend, I know you're reaping all the benefits of some of the costs that you've incorporated in your lifestyle for sure. So I know that you're seeing all the trade-offs are worth it. Shauna, good to have you with us, girlfriend. I know you're new to our community, so welcome. We're so happy that you have found us. Janet Craig is here from Nevada. She's a 2017 grad. She'll be joining us for our Midlife Mindset Shift course next week. Jody is here. Thank you, girlfriend. It is a dress, actually, dressed up. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but dressed up for you guys today, which is a rarity. I haven't been wearing makeup. I've only been in workout clothes, so it's always special when I get a chance to hang out with my girlfriend. So I figured I would put a dress on for you guys today. Teresa from Flower Mound, Texas. She's also a Midlife Mindset Shift course student for July through December, and as well as Jody. I'm super excited to be able to hang out with you guys. June 2020 graduate, enjoying new mindset course community. Yeah, Sherry girl, it's super fun, and we're going to get started on classes next week. Jody's an April 2020 grad. Sylvia from the Netherlands. That dress looks great on you. Thank you so much, Sylvia. Appreciate that. I think this was a Kohl's find like several years ago. So it's definitely not new, but it's super fun to wear. It's one of my favorite summer dresses. Renee, thank you so much. Jane, June 2020 grad, joining live from New Zealand. Girlfriend, it's so good to have you with us. Debbie, June 2020 course. Good to have you with us as well. New grad in the mix. Teresa, such great info. I came to intermittent fasting and your courses to lose weight. I have stayed for the mental and health benefits. It's worth doing the work to be so healthy and energetic at age 62. Yeah, for sure, girlfriend. And your husband's reaping all the benefits too. So as a couple, it's super awesome to be able to incorporate this lifestyle. And I know you've done a lot of this cost benefit analysis as well. Nikki, July 2016 grad, maybe July 2017 grad. I think that was the first summer we started that. Regardless, it's good to have you with us. And then enjoyed my first 3-day water fast, learning so much about my body and finally listening to her signals. Down 17 pounds since May 1st, 2 months today. Awesome, girlfriend. You're killing it for sure. And then Lori, March 2020 grad, mindset shift student as well. Shauna, you're welcome. And then Heather from Canada. It's Canada Day. Wow, well, happy Canada Day. That's awesome. I think I saw that on the calendar. I just forgot about it. We've been so busy. Okay, let's see who we have over here on YouTube. I don't have YouTube popping up. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's see. Lynn, good to have you with us, girlfriend, from Toronto. Happy Canada Day to you also. Graduate of the July 2019 F3 and Mindset Shift course. Love all that you're sharing. I'm experimenting and trying to figure out the right balance for me. Yeah, I say once you're a graduate of the intermittent fasting course and you're pretty steadfast with your fasting and your feasting, it's a great opportunity to start experimenting. I am doing some experimenting myself with all the running that I've been doing with Gabby in the morning. I've decided to move my fasting and my feasting windows around a little bit. So I'm actually I'm fasting earlier in the evening and feasting earlier in the day. So I used to break my fast around this time, and now this is the time I'm actually going to start my fast, so that when I'm running in the morning, I'm in a deeper state of my fasting window and a longer fasting period. And I'm going to experiment with that for probably the month of July and just see how that works out, since we don't have any social obligations. It'll be really easy for me to play around with some stuff, and the family's all on board as well. And then if I miss an opportunity to feast, I'm just going to lean into what I always teach, and that's just when in doubt, fast it out. So I should be able to get some pretty long fast in and still be able to keep up with my running. So I'll keep you guys posted on those changes and how it's working out for me. Lynn, intermittent fasting is always my go-to. Yeah, for sure. Sarab, I think it is. Can I supplement L-lysine to spike mTOR or MPS during fast? Yeah, sure. I mean, if that's what you're looking for, I would say always try it and see how it works. Aisha, the pain is real. Yeah, for sure. Susan, I fell off the wagon in July. Can I follow the August class? Yeah, you can jump, you can follow in, you don't have to wait till August. You can jump in now. You have access to your course content. What I want you to really take some time to think about is why you fell off. Like, what made you fall off the wagon? And that would be a good cost to benefit trade-off analysis for you to do. And what it's going to take you to get back on, because you probably have most of the information from class, so just implement what you know. And then if you feel like it's one of those emotional type of things, I would highly recommend jumping into our Midlife Mindset Shift course. That's where we really work on a lot of that, and you can jump in for a 6-month time frame, so we'll keep you on track so you don't keep falling off, and help you with that time and consistency for sure. Let's see. So yeah, Susan, don't wait till August. Get back into your class now. You have access to it. And Leah, you look great. Such an inspiration. Thank you so much. I appreciate the compliment. Tammy, you look amazing as always. April 2019 grad. Thank you so much. I have really been benefiting from running outside. I don't know what the deal with that is. Maybe it's just because it's extra hot, and getting some sun. I don't know, but I'm feeling really good physically lately, which I'm thriving in that environment. I always love when things are clicking and working. And summer's usually the time we tend to fall off of what we're doing with this lifestyle a little bit. Not fall off like we give up, but just busyness and going on vacation, and we pull back from longer fasts and we eat vacation food and stuff. And I'm taking advantage of the fact that we're not doing any of that this summer. So leaning a little deeper into things right now has been really feeling good. So always lean in when you can is what I say. Tammy, you look amazing as always. Thank you so much. April 2019 grad. And Aaliyah, February 2020 grad. Looking forward to the Mindset Shift course. It is going to be killer this next 6 months. I have so much great stuff planned for you guys. We're going to do some really cool work. And this month, I know our goal setting course starts in August, but I really want us to start focusing on what we want our second half of 2020 to look like, now that we kind of already know what it's going to feel like. It's only going to get better, hopefully, from this point moving forward. So I think we'll be able to really sink our teeth into what we want to get out of the last 6 months of 2020. And we're going to start working on that next week in our course. So get excited. It's going to be super fun. Susan, I'm sorry I meant June. Oh, it's okay, Susan. I totally knew what you were talking about. So don't wait till August. Jump back into day 1 of your lessons today. Just go in and look at it. You don't have to wait for a daily lesson anymore. It's all there for you. Go review the first week. Brenda from North Carolina, good to have you with us as always. It is the best lifestyle for sure. Marcus, I have a very important question for you. Okay. And then Susan, you are super welcome. Marcus, go ahead and answer your question. If it's appropriate, I'll answer it for sure. Lori, happy mind, happy fasting. Yes, for sure, because it is a mind over body thing, right? Like, we know if we can tell our mind that hungry is where the magic has happened, then we thrive in the energized sense of calm. If we convince our mind that our body's fine without food for several hours throughout the day, then it's fine without food, and we will thrive in that environment. So it is always a matter of mind over body, and when we convince our mind of something, our body just goes along for the ride. So make sure you're doing that mindset shift work for sure. That will keep you in the game. And Nicole, 2018 grad, good to have you with us, girlfriend. And Shauna, looks like you're Canadian as well, so happy Canada Day for sure. Anybody else have anything to say? If not, what I want to also make sure I let you guys know about is we are going to take a little staycation next week before we get into launching our Midlife Mindset Shift course and gearing up for our August Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break. You won't see a whole lot of me starting tomorrow through probably Monday of next week. Unless you're in my Midlife Mindset Shift course, of course, we're going to get you up and rolling for next week, and we're going to close down registration. But other than that, I'm going to take a little bit of a social media break and a little bit of a break with just my work in general, kind of refresh myself. I'm working on my goals for 2020, July through December, and also some intentions that I have for July. And so I'll share all of that with you guys in my Mindset Shift course as well. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere for too long. Just going to rest up and kind of connect with the family. My little sweet Gabby is taking a full year-long course over the summer to kind of get herself ahead of the game. So we're keeping an eye on her and helping her stay supported in that, because it's a lot of work to try to get 2 semesters down in 2 months of the summer. And we're cross-country coach training as well. So I'm training her for a cross-country team. So we got a lot of stuff going on right now. So I just need a little break to refresh and recoup, and then we'll be back up and running as normal on Monday. As always, just feel free to leave me a message or an email. I never let that bother me. If I'm not answering emails, I just let it sit there till I am. Same thing with private messaging. Just leave me a message if it's the top of your mind, and I will get back to it when I log back on for sure. Brenda Warren, are you still doing one-on-ones? Yes, I am. So my calendar is open for whatever I have open. So if you want to book a one-on-one call with me, definitely go ahead and book it if I'm available. It will show in my calendar. If not, you keep looking until you find a spot that's available. So don't ever worry about that. I always set my calendar up to make sure that I'm looking at my calendar first. So go ahead and get a consult call in. And then for those of you who want deeper one-on-one type of coaching type of situations for accountability and to keep you on the wagon, I do a more advanced coaching type of style as well. I do 1 month intensive coaching and 3-month intensive coaching. So whatever you think would help you be most successful, you can find all of that on my website at fortodaysagingwoman.com. There's one-on-one calls, there's 1 month coaching packages, and there's 3-month coaching packages as well. We can do anything from nutrition to fitness or lifestyle or mindset or whatever you want to do. You just book the calls, and then we figure out how I can best serve you as your coach. I'm always open to that. So Brenda, make sure you get a call scheduled for sure. If you can't find the link, Brenda, for student calls, definitely email me and I will get you the link so you can get yourself set up. And then Lori, good for you. Enjoy your time. Yeah, thank you so much. And then Ruben, good to have you with us as well. Yeah, sometimes I just need to take a break. You know, in this job, it's a 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year if you don't schedule in some time off. So I'm just going to chill out a little bit, enjoy the fam. Logan's going to be starting gearing up to go back to college in the next couple of weeks. So we decided, since it's 4th of July weekend here, that we'll just kind of chill out a little bit and hang out with the fam and just kind of shut devices off and regroup for July. So I'm super excited about that. Okay, so with that being said, make sure you do the cost to benefit trade-off analysis. It will pay off in like tenfold for you if you feel like you're unsure about what you're going to do, or if you feel like you're leading with pure raw emotion and you haven't settled into the true cost of what a decision is going to be for you. And will those costs pay off in benefits, and will that trade-off be worth it? It is worth it for you to do this, for sure. And even for a lot of people, it's the cost could be the thing that's holding you up without realizing what that cost investment could reap you in benefits. So make sure you're doing it on both sides of that, because we want you to be able to reap the trade-off that you're going to get from those benefits exceeding, for sure. So have yourself a great Canada Day for my Canadian friends, and have an amazing 4th of July weekend for all of us here in the US. Make sure that you take some time to relax. Make sure you enjoy your barbecues or whatever it is that you do. Make sure you make decisions that will leave you in a position the next day where you can look and feel your best, because you lived your most authentic life. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys on Monday.